Welcome to the Sports News Channel. We specialize in updating the latest and fastest sports news. Enjoy football with us. Okay, let's go. Kobbie Mainoo, the midfield king for England. Why not? Look at what he has achieved. Might take me 10 years to reach that level. After joining Man United, every match has been a big game, so he handles the pressure very well. That's what Roy Keane exclaimed after watching Mainoo play in the recent match against Slovakia. A new Paul Scholes, even a new Xavi or Sergio Busquets, forward Luis Saha praised Mainoo. Midfielder Paul Scholes shares the same opinion. Don't waste time comparing me to Mainoo. He's 10 times better than I was at 19. I love the way he receives the ball. Mainoo is really calm. His awareness of what's around him is also excellent. And of course, the important goals in big games. The boy is special. The Arsenal legend directly praised the young lad on Mainoo's Instagram wall. At 19, Mainoo has taken his first steps in a major league as a starting player. Every run, every touch, every glance, every dribble, remember every moment. This could be the beginning of a legend. Mainoo gives us the feeling of a Spanish midfielder in the style of Pep Guardiola, something England hasn't had for a long time. Amidst many English midfielders who play with a traditional English physical style, Mainoo stands out like a highlight in the monotonous painting of the England team. In a tournament where the talents of young players like Nico and Yamal of Spain, Wirtz and Musiala of Germany are shining, Mainoo is the answer England brings to this country. Mainoo's performance, though not too flashy in the eyes of many, is quiet just like the nature of midfielders. With that pressure and expectation, standing firm without mistakes is also commendable. Up to this point after the match against Slovakia, it can be said that Mainoo is not the complete solution to the midfield problem of the England team. No individual can shoulder the responsibility of an entire system. But Mainoo appearing on the pitch, making no mistakes, is enough. The English need an anchor, something that makes them want to watch the team play, and that is the belief in a future England team. Mainoo's statistics in the match against Slovakia: he made 65 out of 68 successful passes, translating to a success rate of 96%, 100% successful dribbles, won 4 out of 6 duels, 2 tackles, 2 shots, 1 interception, and 1 key pass to teammate. These basic statistics make Mainoo's role clearer in the England team. It's clear Mainoo contributes in all stages of England's play. According to Gareth Southgate's perspective, he might not need a player like Mainoo in the number 6 position. Remember that after the group stage draw with Denmark, coach Gareth Southgate shared his decision to have Trent Alexander-Arnold play in midfield for England, a player who was originally a right back. Trent has the ability to create what we are looking for. It's an experiment. The team doesn't have a replacement for Calvin Phillips. We are trying some other operational methods, and currently it's not working as expected, Southgate told the Daily Mail after the match. Southgate, a coach not leaving much tactical mark on the England team, is also having to get used to Kobbie Mainoo's new number 6 role. But Mainoo's outstanding performances earlier have convinced Southgate that he needs to use this player. Paul Scholes once criticized Southgate through an Instagram post. Nothing heavy, just a sigh. Why do we English always have to be obsessed with energetic midfielders when what we should be obsessed with are players who play with their minds? Unlike many others, Paul Scholes is neither too defensive nor too critical. He just voices what the English long for, and that is also the cry of Scholes' entire career with the England team. There was a period when England was full of regret and continuously eliminated from major tournaments, despite having a golden generation. Back then, Frank Lampard and Steven Gerrard paired together, 2 excellent players, but couldn't shine together on the pitch, leaving fans sighing many times. As Rio Ferdinand once said, we couldn't find the balance. They stepped on each other more than they supported each other. When Gerrard and Lampard both advanced, defense was forgotten, making the team vulnerable to counterattack. Alan Shearer also shared. Both were great talents, but we didn't know how to make them shine together. Every match, hope faded away, seeing them fumbling on the pitch, unable to create harmonious combinations. That was a period when their talent was stifled by England's tactical operations. leading to a midfield full of stars but ineffective. To this day, the English still have much regret when recalling that period. People once said, if only there was a Carrick or Scholes in midfield during that period. If only England's coaches from Sven-Göran Eriksson to Steve McLaren and Fabio Capello were stronger in dropping an old star, perhaps the outcome would have been different. Perhaps in some way, Scholes sees his story and Carrick's in the current situation if England doesn't use Mainoo. If England is looking for a pure number 6, Mainoo might not be the target. Here is Kobbie Mainoo's average position in the recent match. It can be seen that Kobbie Mainoo's average position is even higher than Declan Rice, who is supposed to play as a number 8. Mainoo doesn't tend to hold his position for too long. He often moves up the lines or directly drags the ball. And this will be Mainoo's main trend in the upcoming match if coach Gareth Southgate continues to trust him with an opportunity. In the group stage match against Slovenia, Mainoo was brought in the second half to replace the ineffective Conor Gallagher. Below is the attacking chart of the England team. It can be seen that in the first half, England spent nearly 50% of the time attacking on Phil Foden's wing due to the mobility of Declan Rice, while the right wing only slightly more than 30%. However, with Kobbie Mainoo's presence, he was pushed higher and supported the right wing more. The rate then became more balanced with about 35% of the time attacking on the left wing, nearly 25% in the middle, and finally 40% on the right wing. And here's the passing chart of Kobbie Mainoo. It happens all over the pitch, with a few situations in the final third of the opponent's field. In general, Mainoo can play at the bottom of the midfield, but he has enough thinking and skills to become a good number 6. Mainoo is very good at moving to call for the ball from the lower lines, but if forced to play like a classic number 6, it would be a huge waste. If trained in this position, Mainoo will reveal his weaknesses in defense. Mainoo also has limitations in passing. He doesn't pass poorly, in fact he passes well, but he's not a specialist in passing. We can compare it to the case of Moises Caicedo of Chelsea. There was a period when the Ecuadorian midfielder played as a single pivot. He always passed sideways or back very safely because he had no better options to pass. Frankly, Mainoo doesn't really stand out as many expect him to, as a comprehensive solution for England's midfield. If we look through the statistics of SofaScore or Who Scored, Mainoo lags behind other names in the team. Regarding the number of touches, Mainoo only matches about 2/3 of Declan Rice. It seems the England players still don't fully trust the Manchester United midfielder. One reason for this is that Slovakia's coach read Gareth Southgate's strategy. Remember, Mainoo's starting name was revealed to the media at least 2 days before, enough time for a professional coach to think of a countermeasure. He pulled his 2 midfielders to mark Mainoo almost one-on-one in a backward position. So despite being mentally strong, facing such careful attention, Mainoo not performing is normal. But anyway, congratulations to Mainoo for having a debut without any mistakes and leaving some marks in the recent match. That's enough. It will be the foundation for Southgate to trust and give him more minutes in the following matches. Mainoo's presence, though small, is the first drumbeat signaling change in the England team. Hopefully, it will take effect in this year's Euro.